Okay, really quick, easy one this morning. Just a simple vegetable and sausage bake. I know you've seen it all before, but sometimes just jogging your memory helps. So here we've got some pumpkin, very cheap at the moment. We've got one red pepper. If you haven't got one, don't worry, it hasn't got to go in. Some celery, some carrot, some parsnip, a couple of onions, a couple of potatoes. Out of the garden, I've got a couple of bits of rosemary. You can use some dried mixed herbs if you want. Garlic, optional. I love garlic, so it's going in. And some sausages. You haven't got to have the exact number of sausages because you'll see later we're going to chop them up and mix them through. So all this is just going in the oven together. So I'm going to scrape it all onto a roasting tray and show you how to season it. Okay, I've got the oven heating to 180 degrees. You can use an air fryer if you've got one, but because it's quite a lot, I've thrown it in the oven. There you go. So we're going to have some oil, nothing fancy, just vegetable oil. If you don't put enough oil on, the potatoes and all that will be quite dry. It's tempting to use butter or olive oil, but that really pushes the price up. And I know, you know, it looks rough, but it is good. So lots of nice black pepper. This is where your spice is going to come from. Obviously, if you don't like a lot of pepper, don't put it in. Now, one thing with carrots and potatoes in particular is they tend to swallow salt and the flavour. So when you've got a dish that's got a lot of root vegetables in it, be quite generous with the salt. Sorry, doctors. But you want it to taste of something. Now, mix it all up. And as it cooks, all the garlic and the rosemary and the onions, the sausages will all come together to create an overall effect. So make sure your sausages are on top of the vegetables. As I say, we are going to chop those up later. Now that's going to go into the oven for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to churn it all up. I'll show you that when we do it. There we go, that's 15 minutes in. We're going to give it a good stir up. Now, if you could smell this, you can smell the sweetness of the carrot and pumpkin coming through. The onions starting to caramelise. Yummy. So we just make sure those sausages are all got the pale side up. There we go. And we'll pop that back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Okay, that's another 15 minutes. What I'm going to do now, because the sausages are quite cooked, well not cooked, but they're nearly there, is just chop them up a bit so that we can mix them through the veg and get all the flavours going. Haven't got to be perfect, just open them up, and it's quite nice when the ends start to cook. These are a 50-50 pork and beef sausage. Quite nice actually. We get these sent up from Campbell's. There we go, we'll just mix this through a bit. This sort of food's all about getting the flavours to mix together and season each other. There we go. Now back in the oven, get some more cooking done. There you go, that's it all finished. So we've just got to stir it up, put it on plates, and away you go. You can have some gravy with it if you want, but it's quite nice just as it is. Simple, cheap, and wholesome. Try it, enjoy.